Hi, Facebook. I'm trying to get dressed, and I actually feel sad. I waiting on some of you guys to come on. So, hi, replay viewers. Thank you for coming on and joining this Facebook Live with me. It's a really sad moment for me right now because I just watched a video on Facebook that left me a little bit sore, to say the least. And it's made me really sad. It's left me very, very, very sad by, I suppose, what a lot of us would talk about. Some people just push it under the carpet. Hi, Christopher. So much of us push it under the carpet. So many of us don't talk about it. So many of us is tabooed. But mental health is real. It's live. It's real. It is the reality for so many people. And I watched a video this morning that has left me heartbroken. And it's left me questioning even myself and about... it's left me questioning myself. It's left me questioning how am I showing up. It's left me questioning a lot of things. So I don't know how many of you saw the video because Facebook has taken the video down. But one of my Facebook friends had a breakdown today on Facebook. She had a really bad bad breakdown. I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't diagnose. But she was on the video and she really had a breakdown. And she threatened to kill her children on the video. She called her, she went into a lot of things that were not characteristics of her. She has 4 children. And I don't know what's the outcome because people reported the video, which was a really stupid thing to do in a way, because when you don't understand how to handle mental health, you find that a lot of people were saying, oh, let's flag the video. And what happened was the video got flagged. Facebook stopped the video, but we needed her to stay on Facebook so she could keep talking so we could secure her and secure her kids. Oh my God. And so for me personally, I just want to talk about, inbox me please. I just want to talk about mental health as a whole, right? And the fact that mental health is real. And how many of us are going through stuff and we are not talking about it because we are too afraid of the judgment. We are too afraid of the criticism. So I'm not talking about her in particular. I use her as a reference to say that there are so many of us who are going through stuff and we are so afraid to talk about it because we don't want to be judged. We're afraid of the judgment. We're afraid of where it will go. We are afraid of what people will say about us. And so people just sit in their corners and they are absorbing a lot of stuff. They are going through a lot of stuff and they are depressed and they're vulnerable. And today, after seeing that, it made me question myself. And I want to do more. I want to be more. I want to show up and serve more. And sometimes it is just not possible for me to do it because I have 2 children who I need to feed. So this morning, after that episode, I had 18 messages in my inbox this morning. 18. And they were very, very heartbreaking for me. They made me depressed, if I'm going to be perfectly honest about it. I felt depressed because women were reaching out to me saying that, expressing how vulnerable they were. How vulnerable they were. One girl reached out to me and she told me where she was. She said that she's in a refuge and how depressed she was and how she was willing to exchange her services for me to mentor her. She said, and I can't read it because I don't want to expose her. Obviously, confidentiality is at its highest right here. But she said to me, let me just see if I can find, this one touched me. She said, Anything you want to be done. She said, hi, Ava. We've never talked here. Wow. I'm wondering if you have any project that need any help at all, as I could do with a bit of mentoring, to be honest. And I love your energy. I was homeless for a few years. Now I'm living in a DV refuge in a particular place. And I'd love some assistance. Ava, I'm really depressed. Please, please help me. I'll volunteer any positions that you have that may help me. And she went on and on. And the reality is that is just the tip of the iceberg for many people, right? There are many people on Facebook. Let me just talk about this Facebook, who, by the way, in a way, Facebook is an amazing platform. It's an amazing place. It's an amazing platform. And the lady in particular today is an amazing woman. I know her. I love her. And I just pray that she gets healing, and that, that everything will be well, and her children will be well, and she'll be well, and that she will have restoration. But the true reality is that is just the reality of so many people that are on Facebook, hiding behind the graphics. And I, like a lot of people who do what I do, we encounter them every day. Right? I have one girl, I have two people in America who just this year, they said, Ava, you saved my life. And I'm trying to wonder, where do you go? Where I wish I had the resources that I didn't have to charge people, because these are kinds of people that I would love to help. Now, I have my own stuff. Don't get it wrong. There are days when I feel down myself, and let's just be real about it. There are days when I get low. I get really low, because we are all dealing with something. All of us are carrying something. Don't get fooled about what you see on social media every day and all the graphics and all the pretty things. Don't get fooled by that. We're all carrying something. But are we there to support each other enough? And that is my biggest concern today, is that how much of us are there to support each other? Today, I must tell you, I was on the phone to somebody and I said to her, I want to cancel my profile. I want to come off Facebook, because if I'm not feeling like I'm making a big enough difference, I feel like I almost don't want to be here. I mean, I can't do that right away, but that's how I feel. Like I want to come off this medium, because if we are having people who are that volatile and that vulnerable, myself included, not being there enough, then probably we're failing. Probably we are failing people. Probably we are failing people. And I said this last year about human love and how we preach it, but are we really practicing it? Are we reaching out to people in our corners and just saying hello just because? And I understand we need to make money, because I know more than anybody else. I have to feed my kids. I have to pay my bill. I get that. But how many of us are reaching out just to connect? I was on the phone to somebody this week, and I reached out to her and I said to her, let's connect. And she said, oh, Ava, that was very nice. I don't always have the time to do it, but sometimes we need to stop and connect a little bit more. Like, ask somebody, do you have food in your house? And I know that sometimes some of us don't have food, but we're too afraid to say, because we become so accustomed to a culture where it's not okay to say you're broke. It's not okay to say you don't have. And where we have too much pride. And too many of us have to pretend to be what we're really not. And I just think that, I spoke to two women this morning. And two of them said to me, Ava, I'm going through stuff, but I'm afraid to speak because of the judgment. So because people are afraid of the judgment that will get passed down onto them, they keep their stuff to themselves, and they're suffering in silence. It's not just domestic violence and rape and sexual abuse that people are suffering from, because those are physical sometimes, and those you can fix with a bandage or getting some, whatever, plaster or whatever. It's the emotional and the mental stuff that we're carrying around that we cannot just let go with a plaster. We cannot just fix with a plaster. And we are so afraid because we're afraid of the judgment. Something happened to me recently. And I could only share with a few people. Because there's going to be judgment. People are going to judge me for, Ava, how could you? Ava, you should have known better. Ava this, Ava that. And I'm just thinking, no, I just want you to listen to what happened to me. I don't need the judgment. I shared something with somebody recently. And her first statement to me was, I expected better from you. And my big eyes were open because who are you to put me in judgment? And so because of people like those, you shut up, you shut down, you don't share your story, you don't share what's going on with you. But I am always so open about my life. And the bits I don't share are the bits I'm not ready to share, because in my sharing, I'm able to help some people. But I really want us to pause, like start afresh and start really asking ourselves, are we really too judgmental? Are we really putting up the bar so high that people don't feel that they can just come out and be honest and open about what they're going through? And this is why, and this had nothing to do with what Sister Hold My Hand was about, but this is why I'm glad we start creating that movement. And for those of you women who don't know about Sister Hold My Hand, please come and join the movement. It's a movement on Facebook. And I'm going to drop the link here, because it's not a sales page. It's not where we're selling. It's just a space, a safe space that we're creating, that women can come and hopefully just off burden and just hopefully be themselves and just hopefully be supported. Because the reality is that there are so many women and men who are struggling out there, who are going under something, who are coming through something, and they just don't know where to go. And you know, we need to create that space of people feeling safe enough to go somewhere. And mental health, though you guys know my daughter has mental health challenges. I share that very openly. I'm very open about sharing about it. It took me 7 years to come out and be honest and share with people on Facebook that we had mental health in our home, because I was afraid that we were going to get judged, and I was afraid of what people were going to say. I was afraid. I was quiet. I was silent. I was on Facebook every day, talking, coaching, mentoring. And in my house, my daughter was struggling with mental health. And I was afraid to talk about it because I did not know how people were going to judge me. And I was dealing with it myself. And sometimes when you're dealing with it yourself, all you really need is somebody to say, how can I help? Somebody to be there for me to offload on. And sometimes I didn't have that. And I remember running from hospital to hospital and with my daughter, and I sometimes just cried. When I drop her off at the hospital, the mental hospital, and I would sit in my car waiting on her to see her therapist, I would cry. I would just sit there and cry. And I couldn't share this with Facebook because I was going to be judged, and I was afraid of the judgment. And then I got to the place where I just thought, I'm not going to hide this anymore, because it's not something I can hide. It's not something that I want to hide. And the moment I free myself by opening up and sharing about my daughter's mental health, it became so free. And she too now opens up about it, and she shares it openly on Facebook, and she's not afraid to talk about it. But it took courage. It took a lot for us to talk about it. It took us going deep to share our mental health challenges in my house. And so for 7 years, I was going to the Priory with my daughter. For 7 years, I was going to the Priory with my daughter as a day patient on all kind of mental health medication, and they would give her one medication and it would make her fall asleep, and then it would make her more depressed. And then I've been there. I've done that journey. I've been there. As a mother, I've been there. I've struggled, and we still struggle every day. And so when I saw like the Home Office, when I was having surgery and the Home Office denied my visa, it was really hard for me, because we were dealing with mental health and I'm their main carer and I'm going to have surgery. That was hard.
Mama, can I say something?
No. That was hard. It was hard. And mental health is not that you're mad. And that's the biggest challenge, is that people think that the moment you have mental health, it means that you're mad. It means that you're cuckoo. It means that you're not capable. It means that you're not good anymore. It's nonsense. Everybody has a mental health issue. All of us have it. All of us. I get depressed sometimes. I get low sometimes. I just don't stay low. I just don't stay there. I get depressed and I get low. And there are things that bother me and I get low, and I have my own days when I just feel like I can't do this anymore. I have days like those. Don't get it twisted. As strong as I am, I get days when I feel like I can't do this anymore. Thank you. Mental health means you need support, just like physical health. And this is why I have women that I can call on and I can talk to them. And the difference with me, and probably why I cope, is that I call my sisters and I say, can you hold my hand and can you support me? And I'm really, really comfortable doing that. But it's not always been comfortable. I had to go into a deeper place. And so what I'm really trying to say to you guys here is, become your sister's keeper. It's an invisible wound. Thank you. And when you've been scarred, like people like me have been scarred, then you understand that there are lots of wounds and lots of scars there. And so all I'm going to ask you guys to do is to be a little bit more cognizant of the people around you. Don't assume everybody is okay. Don't assume people are okay because they look okay on friggin' Facebook. Because people look okay on Facebook doesn't mean that they're okay. And I want you to hear me. Looking good on Facebook doesn't mean they're okay. I had Maureen on the phone a while ago telling me that I mustn't leave my house. I don't want you to go out, Ava. Stay inside. And I said, Maureen, I know, because I'm in pain. Right? And she's like, Ava, I don't want you to go out. And I said to her, Maureen, I'm in the house since Friday. I need to get out. But I'm in pain. My tummy hurts. I've got stitches in my belly button. I've got stitches up my side. I just had surgery a week and a half ago. Right? And when you live in a country like the UK, especially somebody like me who grew up in Jamaica, where people cared more, in my opinion, and there was a level of community, it is hard to cope in somewhere like this. It takes a mental stamina that is so deep. It takes you to a different place where you have to daily have conversations in your head and work on your psychic to not go mad. And there have been points in my life in the UK where I felt like I was going crazy. Can I just be honest? Can I just be real with you guys? I've had moments when I feel like I was going to die. When I felt like I wanted to die. When I felt like I wanted to just finish myself. I didn't want to be here. I've had those moments. I don't have them anymore, but I've been to those dark places. And I know a lot of people are there. So here's what can help. Support. Let us support each other. Let us reach out to somebody today. Today, after this Facebook Live, find people who you can reach out to. Say hello. How are you? How can I support you? You might be surprised that as low as you are, as bad as something is for you, there's somebody else that you can support. I have 18 women who I'm now going to look at. How can I support them? We said freaking, but we'll forgive you. I said freaking. I love you too, Patrick. Right? I love you. But freaking is the word right now. Freaking mental health is real. And the freaking time we get up and start talking about it, start supporting each other, start understand we have to be our sisters and our brothers' keeper. We have to stop being so judgmental. We have to take off the holy sanctimonious hat and just be real about it. We have to understand that mental health is not something that's visible. I saw a sister the other day and I said to another sister, I said, she doesn't look okay to me, baby. She doesn't look okay. And my sister was, and I'm like, can you go and check up on that person? I saw her on Facebook. She didn't look okay. I'm not close to her, but I knew a sister who was close to her. So I sent that sister to go and support her. You don't have to be close to somebody. But if you know somebody who is close to them, reach out and say, well, I'm not being judgmental because especially us as black people, we ain't like nobody in our business. I know, I get it. But it's better to take support than tip over the edge. Okay? And for those of us who are judgmental, shut your mouth. Stop being so judgmental. You don't know when something's going to kick you up your backside that you can't deal with it, that you can't cope with it. So stop being so judgmental, you all. Right? Stop being judgmental. Right? Stop it. Stop it, because if you were not so judgmental, probably people could come to you and be open to you. So I'm done. I'm gone. I'm going to try and go to church a little bit. I'm going to try. My friend who's the outgoing mayor is having her thank you luncheon, and I'm going to go there right now. And then I'm going to wobble like a duck to go to and see if I can get to church. But, okay, cool. I can connect it to Sarah and Marley. That's okay. Cool, I will. Somebody's asked me to connect it with Sharon Marley. I will. Okay, cool. And I'm out of here. I'm wobbling like a duck, right? Because my tummy hurts. I want to, you know something? I want to be coupled, right? I want to have a husband. Like, this whole experience, being in this country, seeing all this.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you, baby. See, I got a tulip. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. See, I want to be coupled. I'm coming out of here. I'm coming out now. I'm coming out. Here, Michael, there you are. So, guys, thank you so much. Let's go and support each other. Let's reach out to somebody. Call somebody today. Talk to somebody today. Ask them if they have dinner. If anybody want to cook for me, I'll accept it. If you want to order online and deliver food to my house, I'll accept it too. Now I've got a chicken. I've got a chicken I'm going to roast. But, guys, reach out to somebody. I'm out of here. Sister Hold My Hand is my site. Is a group on Facebook. If you want to join us, please come and join us. And make sure, yeah, Sonia, can you please order me dinner? You have my address, Sonia. Please send dinner to my house. I'm putting you on the spot right now. Mikhail said Chinese. But, guys, an act of kindness today cannot hurt you. Have a good day. And I'm dropping the link once more. Thank you, guys, for Sister Hold My Hand. So you can all come and join us. Have a good day, guys. And remember, mental health is invisible, right? It's invisible. A sister just inbox, hi, Ava. Get some tonic from the chemist. Walk slow, be still. Take some time. This is a pause for a reason. Love you, sis. Have a blessed day from your dear friend. Thank you, dear friend. Have a good day, guys. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Bye.